Alright, starting up the stream. Let's hope everything's working. Can everyone hear me? Loud and clear? As I mentioned during the previous stream, I'm testing out a bit of a different recording setup. Alright, let's do this then. Greetings everyone, my name is Zetterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. This is my next live session, and during this live session, I'll be covering viewer submitted levels. If you want to submit one of your levels, please enter this ID in the comment section or live chat, and I'll be happy to cover it if I have enough time. Here's a link to levels already in the queue. I'm first going to cover levels that I wasn't able to get to before on the previous stream. Then that goes for testing, so moving on to the game itself, I decided to preload the level Hydrant Man Adventure by Black Void, as before it took over 3 minutes to load up, but this time I decided to load up the level, or rather load up the game while I was in a RAM disk. And what do you know, this level only took 30 seconds to load up, whereas before it took over 3 minutes to load up. What a significant difference playing this game on a RAM disk makes. Hi Crystal Snow. Welcome to the stream. Well, I just fell down that hole. I was hoping to fall to the left, but I fell perfectly in there. I think it's great. Properly re-adding support for bosses, which was only a thing officially in the original version 1.0 update, but now it's been codified, and being able to have up to 10 bosses on screen at a time, as well as them not preemptively ending the stage when you defeat them, offers a major boon to most level designers. It really opens up the creativity a lot, as now we can essentially have fortress bosses, and entire fortress levels. One of the best updates so far, better than version 1.4, much better than the Wily Challenge run. Nice! When it's done, feel free to submit it to me. I'll dedicate an episode to covering it. I was worried that was gonna happen once. Trying to shimmy in there, well, it isn't too bad actually. I just need to be careful with the top spike. Because if I do it too early there, I'm dead too. Hardest part of the stage so far. Kind of jerkish enemy placement, but alright. Still easier than the previous section though. According to Mecha's web portal, this level is over 100 screens long, so I'm kind of in for the long haul. At least this stage has 8 checkpoints. Kind of a leap of fate, but I've done enough of these to know what to expect. Yeah, you can still submit levels, and if I have enough time I'll cover it on stream or during the next stream if I run out of time. I see the metal blade up there. Can I reach it from here? I already posted a link to the queue above. Check this out, the crystal snow. That should help you. Ah, not quite. I could go into the city, but I want to get the metal blade first. That may be necessary for defeating the true final boss of this stage. Plus I do want to 100% the level too. Or get close to it. That's a good question, Excalibur. I'm not too sure, actually. I can also just replace the musical tracks in post. As in, play the stage without music and add it in later. They're following a global timer and they got desynced. That's not exactly good stage design, so let me reset from that checkpoint and try getting it again. You should avoid for that to happen. I don't like to play completely mute though. I can always play it with the sound effects on, but the music turned off. I won't be able to hear the music, but all the other viewers won't hear repetitive tracks. That's the trade-off. You did submit your levels in one of my comment sections, but I wanted to reserve it for its own episode, but if you want me to cover it here, then I'll cover it here. You know what, I'm not getting the metal blade. It's gonna take a few more attempts, and honestly I want to get along with the stage. Get on with the stage. That last jump and synchronization of the platforms is not done the best. I just post the streams from the stream archives, but for the episodes I record at my own time, yeah, I upload them. And I can replace the music there if need be, or add new music, assuming I don't play with music on. Definitely, it's one of the largest Mega Man X fan games that's coming out, so I'll play it as soon as possible. Of course, seeing its progress is probably going to take a few more years. And the last bit of Mega Man X fan material I played was Mega Man X Hard Type, but that was much more of a Kaizo game. Wait, something is down there. Just spikes. So let's get this straight. I started out in the forest, fell down into the sewers of the city, entered into the city, and now I'm exploring the buildings of the city. Yeah, I've heard of it. It's becoming one of the... From what I've heard, it's becoming one of the most ambitious Mega Man X titles, Mega Man X fan games. I'm just worried it's not... I'm getting a bit worried it's becoming overhyped, though. I mean, it's combining gimmicks, or rather some genres from future Mega Man titles, specifically like ZX. It's going to be a large-scale Metroidvania after all, seemingly even larger than ZX ever was. Why, thank you, developer. $2020. That's out. Let's hope that it doesn't get delayed. Yeah, ranking system. Kinda reminds me of the Zero series in that regard, actually. What with how you only get certain rewards in the Zero series if you get an A or S rank. Only if you get an A or S rank, that is. Ah, that's nice. Didn't you already submit that? Oh no, you didn't. You already submitted a level, Kyle, so I'll cover that first. And if I have time, I'll loop around back to it. Wait a minute, does this have split pathways? That really looks like it should be a bottomless pit or spikes. Good. What about the final set of levels, like the fortress stages, or castle stages? I don't think they're done just yet. Of course, considering it's a Metroidvania and how interconnected the world is, I don't know if there'll be a discrete fortress level. Has the team behind Corrupted ever made a fan game before? I just want to make sure it sounded like a first-time project. Sure, go right ahead, Mondream. Send it in. Probably the Wily Fortress 1 team. That's good, but I'm more worried about the programmers and game designers, more than the sprite artists and musicians. I don't want the project to experience scope creep and end up never getting released, or it being a lower quality than expected. Most X-Fan games are pretty bad. Well, maybe not pretty bad, but on the lower quality side. Frankly, I feel that the ones that aren't Flash games are not that good. The Flash games, well, they have a different taste. They're aiming for something different. Otherwise, I'm excited if that ever gets released in good shape. If it does, I'll play it as soon as possible. It may turn out to be the Mega Man Unlimited of the Mega Man X sub-fandom, and fan games in general, if you know what I'm referring to. Leap of Fate a bit. I guess I was missing something there. Oh, that's it. Sometimes I wish these ran on local timers. Once you fall down there, you have to backtrack. Yeah, that last Yoko block is kind of jerkish because you can't see it from solid ground. This level is starting an adventure. It's not a Metroidvania though. It's just a longer linear level, with some optional pickups. I'm pretty sure there's something down there, but I don't want to risk it. Not me, this is kind of my favorite intro stage team out of the bunch. Well, mainly for the classic series. The main problem is that this team has been going on for over 16 minutes long, and there's no music swapper. So of course it gets tiring over time. There are even worse teams out in this game, so I can already imagine. I do like how there are nooks and crannies, but considering how linear the stage is, I feel it'd be better if it was actually split up into 3 smaller stages. It's long enough already. I do like the level progression. We started in a forest, jumped into a lake, infiltrated the city, entered the building, exited the building, entered a power station, and now we're in the mines. Guess the stage is coming to a close, but look at the amount of time it took. If I didn't die as much, this stage would have been over about 4 minutes ago. Buster, yes. Soren, I don't think so. He's immune against the Buster, I think. That's why we have all these weapon pickups. When it comes out, Pirate Kid. Not everywhere either. True, they're probably also weak to one of the other special weapons. And I think you're forced to gain one of the special weapons here. They're off screen. Let me try other things. He's probably also weak to another weapon, which I don't have yet. And also getting used to his arcing patterns. It throws me off because he's on slightly different elevated platforms, but I think I got the gist of it now. This time, I'll be using my E-Tank. But my earlier statement still stands. This should have been shortened or split into 2 smaller stages. This is too long. Same. I want the rest of the Mega Man crew in this game. It's over. This long stage is over. Again, it felt pleasant, but it was kind of very straightforward and not that creative outside of the last half. But even then, it should have been split into 3 stages. It's too long by now. And there's no reason to really keep it as much outside of the optional special weapons. Second up is Megaman 9-Wily Castle 2 by xXBLACKxVOIDXx with 11 plays and a score of 1. At least that's the person who submitted this. And I got your level, Mondream, don't worry. We are the robots. I'm not sure why it's Hydrant Man, it felt more like an adventure stage. Most of the stage didn't take place underwater. Most of the special weapons for Mega Man 9, along with replacements for those missing. Now that I think about it, most of the weapons for Mega Man 9 are in this engine. Oh yeah, can't slide. This is Mega Man 9. Well, we had Retro Redux, so... either use Rush Jet or just go down here. I'll just go down here. Yeah, Plug Ball. Why didn't he give us the Sword Snake then? Close enough, I guess. Alright, so you are forced to use utilities here. Yeah, Magma Bazooka is pretty powerful in that regard. Even if I kept them on screen and kept them alive, their blocks look very different from the rest. To replicate this mini-boss, oh no, this is a problem. Should have used that earlier. Yeah, I should have also used the Jewel Satellite, now that I think about it. No, I don't want that E-Tank. In the original, only one popped out at a time, so I guess to replicate that, but it wasn't that boss battle wasn't as crazy as it is here. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Oh yeah, I remember that jump. I'm gonna take the low route this time. Nah, Power Kid, I wouldn't say that. Well, I know you're joking, but... Again, that jump would be a lot easier if I had access to slides. That was surprisingly easy. You would think there would be actually some more variation in the terrain, but... If this was Mega Man 9, I'd seek out if there's any extra secret passageways. Really? This is not a good jump to make here. It's 2 blocks wide, but you have a really low ceiling. Again, if I had slide jumps, that'd be no problem, especially underwater. But as it stands right now, that's not a fun thing to do. Is that the bad jump you were referring to? Because this is looking like to be one. Ah, okay. See, the other problem? Low ceilings. Without the access of slide jumping extending my hitboxes, getting those jumps down is a huge problem, one of the toughest challenges in this game. Once you get the hang of it, sure, but again, that's one of my weaknesses in Mega Man Maker, that level precision. If I wanted that level, I'd just play a ROM hack instead. That way I can confirm everything will work 100% of the time. Hi, Burner Boy. I don't want to use the other ability, the Tornado Hold either. Okay, it's done. I can't fit Rush in there though. That's the issue. I don't have enough space to spawn in Rush there, so that was the issue. Yeah, Rush Marine is something I'm waiting for. And Rush will be too high too. Same reason why I'm hesitant to use the Tornado Jump. Concrete Shot would be my next option. If I kept dying there, I'd use that. Just take the low round and Concrete Shot that way. Well, I do, but it's a bit more of a specialist utility weapon, and it takes a bit of a while to get the hang of it. It's similar to how the Glue Shot works in Unlimited. Napalm Man and his spaceship. Well, I recognize what this boss is, the giant whale. Of course, the stage isn't over yet. There are different sections to this whale. You're forced to take a hit there, that's not good placement. Come on, bees, please go up there. Wait a minute. So I'm kind of forced to use that. In the original, you weren't forced to use a Tornado Blow, if I recall correctly. Just one more. Well, at least you can't run out of weapon energy here. You get full refills of everything. But it's really it's then just not attrition, but just waiting. And now the head. I could just stand here and do nothing and finish the boss battle that way. And it's over, the stage is over. Outside those two jumps, I think it was okay. Third up is Get Ready for the Next Battle version 19 by Serious Malcolm, with 9 plays and a score of 2. I wouldn't call it a nice level, it was an okay level to me. And also to Crystal, I'll be covering all of the 4 or 5 levels you submitted in a dedicated episode. Do you want me to replace the musical tracks over there with NSFs of the Sigma Fortress teams? I prefer that over what's currently there. First some pacifist dodging. It's gonna go on for at least 1 more hour. I'll leave that decision up to you. I'd just like to know before the end of the stream whether to replace the NSF with... whether to replace all the musical tracks originally there with NSF remixes of Sigma Fortress's team. Yeah, this is cool. Nah, it's fine. They're all in the same series, so I'll cover them in that way. You get plenty of time there. Frankly, the force beam should have been faster. Compared with version 18, I like this less. It's not a bad level. Far from it, it's just a different kind of stage. Good checkpoint placement. Oh, I lost all my special weapons. They were taken from me over here. The other weapon I had was the Jewel Satellite. True, I wanted the Slash Claw more than the Flame Sword, mainly because the Slash Claw pierces through enemy guards. It was awesome in Magmal too. But Flame Sword is good enough for... is okay. We finally have a melee weapon. When I say melee weapon, I mean a melee weapon in the sense that Mega Man actually uses a melee weapon, instead of using his body to attack enemies. True. In the power adapter, I consider more of a utility more than anything else. It's still nice, but that's more of Mega Man just punching enemies. I was wanting something more like Mega Man uses a distinct melee weapon. Why hello there, face. Speaking of which, here's a flame sword with base and hard man. Well, this is already going poorly. I turned that around somehow, so that's the end of the stage. When we loop back to Mega Man 1 Power Kid, I want him too. I'll be right back after a short pause. Moving right along, forward up is Rockman 8 Famicom Searchman by Radwane Fouad with 73 plays and a score of 24. I've noticed that Mega Man Maker has reduced in popularity over time. As I noted in the earlier stream, less people are watching my videos, for example. Not just mine, but most other Mega Man Maker level video producers. If we're talking about games or features, for games, I'd like content from Mega Man and Base, and perhaps Mega Man World 5. If I really wanted something in Mega Man Maker that improved the game, well, I have two things. One of which is easy to implement, the other one is hard to implement. The hard thing to implement would be dynamic loading. That would resolve most of the lag problems this game has, especially for larger levels. What I really like more right now is much better search options, but that's already resolved outside of the game with Mecha's toolset. Perhaps I'd say the ability to pick up items, like the energy balancer, spike guard, etc. Optional route. Eventually, I will Let's Play Rockman 7 Famicom on stream because Well, I'll do Mega Man 7 as an official Let's Play on the channel, and Rockman 7 FC as live play. Yeah, I'd like Mega Man's full set of buddies, as well as the rest of the utilities, and ability pickups. This is the optional routes, of course. Or I could have waited there. Then again, by the time you are in this point in Mega Man 8, you will have access to the Thunderclaw. Searchman is in the second set of 4 Road Masters. But we don't have him, so instead we have Grenade Man. And the stage is over. I don't recall Searchman's stage in the Rockman 8 Famicom, so I can't say how accurate it is. Seems like people like it. And it also had an alternate route. Fifth up is Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.s by the K-Man100, with 14 plays and a score of 3. Kyle Stubbs submitted this level, by the way. This is probably by a different level designer. Yep. Yeah, I will not give up yet. I will add in another game into the rotation, that being Sonic Studio, when that eventually comes out. I foresee that becoming, well, it's almost guaranteed it's going to become super popular in the Sonic and outside the Sonic fandom. And I foresee its minimum popularity still being higher than this game's minimum popularity. The biggest crossover with the fandoms is going to be with the Mario fandom and the Mega Man fandom. Especially the Mega Man fandom, as, well, there are Mario makers which are freeware based, but they tend to be less publicized for obvious reasons. Thanks, Nintendo. Whereas Mega Man Maker is already well publicized and known. I just finished the previous stage, the Rockman FC. Flame Stag. Okay, adding it. Let me just finish the stage. As a demonstration of how powerful the Leaf Shield is against the hot dogs, one shot of it immediately destroyed them. Of course, you'd think the reverse. So we'll have at least 5 sections of the stage dedicated to the use of a different special weapon. When I say a different special weapon, I mean a different shield-based weapon. First the Leaf Shield, and now the Skull Barrier. Hence why the stage is called Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.s. Even though it misspelled shields. Easiest section so far. On to Star Crash. Time for some space jumping. Plant barrier, so expect a lot of projectiles. Well, Star Crash does count as a shield-based weapon, same with the Shine, because it blocks projectiles from enemies. Any weapon that blocks shots from enemies can be considered a shield-based weapon, specifically the ones that act like a barrier to the player. And honestly, almost all these shield-based weapons are much better than their counterparts in the original titles. Yeah, I played Mega Man X2. And now the Jewel Satellite. This time I can actually spam it. To be fair, out of the 5 shield weapons presented in this level, the Jewel Satellite has been nerfed compared to Mega Man 9. Over there it was kinda broken. Broken in the sense it was really powerful. Too powerful, one of the strongest shield weapons in the entire series. Okay, I didn't realize this glitch could occur. Well, that Crystal Joe was trying. Regaining use of all his special weapons. Let me guess, the boss's weakness is the most awkward to hit him with. Go right ahead, Pirate Kid. Nope. Well, not the most awkward, but a bit harder. It's over. This was actually a neat gimmick stage focusing on the use of each shield. I just wish these sections went a bit harder, because this stage's difficulty curve is flat. Moving right along. Sixth up is Space Travel 2 Earth True Ending Final Boss Version by Lipatio, with 49 plays and a score of 9. There was an issue with the original version, so this is a replacement of that one, to fix an issue with teleportation, I think. Sadly, I wasn't able to complete Part 8 normally. It was just too difficult for me. We should be burning up in the atmosphere, by the way. Mega Man has pretty strong allies. I mean, why not play as base? We all have the same special weapons. Everyone we faced throughout the Space Travel series. Everyone is here indeed. I'm sure I'll finish it. Okay, this is different. Get me out of here, please. Thank you. So many tanks. I think this may be the final encounter. Whoops. And I'll gladly be checking that out, Crystal. I'll check it out after I complete a different level pack. One of them by Sean Williams, then the level pack by Heavy Elite, then I'll get to yours. Then I have to cover the levels that were submitted to the 2019 Mega Man Maker official level design contest. The final entries are in. Or rather, the final rankings are in. I only expected triple the amount of entries compared to the final amount. Thank goodness it gets so many tanks, especially with everything going on in this stage. Final battle's done. By itself, this stage kinda just existed, but it's a nice climax to the end of the series, I'd say. The 9-part series by this point. So I'll give it a thumbs up in that sense. Seventh up is Mega Man Adventure Wave of the Megaman1-Robots version Alpha by Mondream, with 7 plays and a score of -1. Don't tell me this is another longer level. Okay, it's only 69 screens long. Not really extremely bad, but knowing this level pack, it was a nice conclusion. By itself though, yeah, the stage just existed. It was a pretty chaotic level. Oh. Does each of these buildings correspond to a different level? Like this is cup building? It's probably too early of me to say that by this point. The funny thing is though, after paying attention to all the patterns, it's actually possible to dodge everything, it's just that it requires quite a bit of skill. And of course, I could have avoided many of those issues by playing as Proto Man. But I get your complaint though. The advantage of binding 2 buttons to the same controller. The advantage of binding 2 buttons to fire on this controller. If this was a turbo controller, I'd be able to fire even faster. Now I do have rapid sliding bound to my controller for certain situations. Yes, Pirate Kid? In answer to your question earlier, I do drink water. Well, at least he's weak to this. Thank you, Big Eye. You are an enormous help there. Now to Iceman. Better safe than sorry. Better to shoot first than ask questions later, and honestly, there should have been. That's not a good design decision. There should have been a checkpoint after the boss battle, not right next to spikes like that, because then that can happen. Or put some gyro blocks down there. See, I wouldn't mind it too much as long as there was a checkpoint nearby. True, thank you for putting the E-tanks. At least it persists between deaths. Alright, back down we go. At least put an arrow indicator or something. This is somewhat of a spike fall section, especially with jumps like these. Ah, nonsense. This wasn't even the hardest challenge I've encountered throughout my LP series. See Mega Man X hard type for that. Hi Black Void, I played your level first on stream. It was an okay adventure stage, but it really needed to be broken up into 3 mini stages, or 3 smaller stages. There wasn't really much need for it to be one long stage, outside of the optional special weapons. Hold on a minute, I'm in the Elect Man section. But there were 2 key doors earlier, so Mondream, do I need to backtrack back over there? Or can I continue on here? I'm getting the feeling I'm skipping a boss battle. Continue, okay. I do like the sense of adventure though. First starting in the forest, then going into the waterways, then the actual city, and so on and so forth. And I'm out of here. It was all optional. It all loops back over here. Nice. 4 bosses. Wait, this stage says, according to Mecha's level analyzer, this has 12 bosses. One moment, please. And I'm back. The explosive part of the level. No wonder why you could eat tanks here. I don't know if it feels exactly like an adventure. It feels more like I'm exploring a set of buildings. Black Void's level felt more of a sense of adventure. That isn't to say the stage is bad. I'm kind of liking the stage more. It feels more concise with its challenges, but could you please tone down with the number of killer bullets here? It's a bit too crazy. You can keep the rest of the enemies here, but please at least have the number of killer bullets. The game was on the generous side in terms of pickups though. True. The end of the stage is to the left, but I can't access it yet. Going down in there is a trap. Especially... oh, I need that. Never mind. Well, I had a snack before I started the stream. Let's get out of that pit filled with big eyes. Room. It's okay, it's right at the start of the stream. I will say that playing the game using a RAM drive solved the loading issue. Oh. I think I know how to access that, but I'm gonna have to fill up my magnet beam energy. Let's see if I can pull it off. Yeah, and I forgot the key too. And with plenty of weapon energy to spare too. Hey, Sandwich Power Kid. Simply that. Oh no, this is a different problem now. I'm gonna have to farm up weapon energy, because I need Magnet Beam and there's no weapon respawner. Or I can use the M... Actually, there's an M-Tank up there, so I'll just use the M-Tank and hope that I don't run out of... and hope that I don't die over there. Let's hope for the best. Knowing my luck, that's not gonna work out in my favor. I wanted to save it, but then I realized there was M-Tank here. Thank you for playing my first something. Oh yes, I will, Lipatio. The next one, in fact, will be 2 submitted levels by Sean Williams. Then I'll cover a series of submitted levels by Heavy Elite. Then I'll cover a series of levels submitted by Crystal Snow. Not the longest level yet. I played even longer levels in the past of this Let's Play series. I won't pick up that key just yet. I want to save up my energy. Then I'll come back down there. When I loop back with the Thunder Beam. I'll go up there first. Sometimes I wish I could see the damage numbers. One down. I spy the M-Tank up there. I'll use it soon. Yeah, very generous. Honestly, I think we should be a bit more generous in terms of weapon pickups, but it's fine. The stage isn't that hard to require that many weapon pickups. I mean, life pickups. Could use less of Big Eyes though, please. There are a bit too many in this level. Especially when they can constantly respawn like this. I can really fully restore everything. You could have put a Yoshiki here instead, in addition to that to make it faster. This is one of the reasons I wish in this engine a future update would add Yoshiki spawners. This stage could do with some pruning in terms of enemies. There are way too many. Which level I didn't play? Any levels I don't play on stream will be covered either in future streams or during dedicated episodes. For a stage that's only 69 screens long, supposedly, it's starting to feel longer than Black Void's level, and that was 111 screens long. Mainly because of how many enemies there are and how we have to move around these screens. There are a bit too many durable... They're not bad, there are too many durable enemies in this stage. Perhaps that can be fixed in a future revision. I wonder what happened if you backtracked the normal way, and instead kept the key, as in go backwards. You'd probably end up with a spare extra key. Thank you for the checkpoint. I see your level, Diego. I'm not sure if I'll be able to cover during this stream, but I'll try. Time Man. Nope, no chances. Are we almost done yet? I hope this is the last section. Oops, okay, yeah, I forgot about that. I was hoping there was a checkpoint right after. Let's do this again. The hardest part of these boss battles are not really the bosses themselves, but all the Big Eye cohorts. I need to get a full restore of everything. It feels Big Eyes are this stage's favorite enemy, considering their abundance here. Hard part, seriously, it's already 20 minutes long, so... Frankly, by this point, I suggest to split the stage into 2 parts. I mean, this stage is pretty linear, and you are forced to get all the weapons in the stage in order. First, take care of Bomb Man. We're gonna face off against duos now. No wonder why I have to have all these E-tanks. Well, I guess this works. Now onto Oil Man and Ice Man. Or rather, Time Man here. Oh, I thought I had more health there, but guess not. Of course, no checkpoint before it. That's one of my suggestions, because if that's a boss rush, there should have been a checkpoint just before that room. Oh, I wish this menu was ordered differently. True. Hopefully in a future version of the stage it'll be better. There's just way too much enemy spam here. I'm sounding like a broken record, so I'll stop repeating that comment. Hi Excalibur, still in this level. Their weaknesses have been changed up from last time too. That's who I am, Power Kid. True, that actually shows their weaknesses. Normally I'd say that this stage was too generous in terms of E-tanks, but considering this final section, I'm retracting that complaint. Time Man first. Okay. I have to make this last one count. And I'm dead. There's now no chance of me completing this stage. There are no checkpoints here. I'm gonna have to use the level editor now because I need more E-tanks to complete this fight, and there are no more E-tanks from that point on. And I just said that, so I'll exit out of here. Sorry, but you really need the E-tanks for these boss battles, especially at the end, because dodging all those attacks, I don't foresee that being possible. Honestly, I did not like this stage. I liked it initially, but it just got too long and overly long, and it really should be split into 3 or 4 different levels. And please, 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 in the future version, cut down on the number of big eyes. There are many other enemies you could use in Mega Man Maker, but this stage, it suffers heavily from too many durable enemies, and your weaponry not being the best to deal with them. So I'm just gonna place Mega Man over here, dump every single E-tank, an M-tank, and all the weapon pickups. I know I'm kind of cheesing it, but randomly decide to shoot me over there. Oh, of course, it's overlapping. Figures it wouldn't take it. With practice, this is doable as long as you have enough E-tanks. Frankly, if I was playing this normally, I'd give this stage a downvote. It's not the best, it's far from being the best design, I liked where it was going up until the fire section, then it started falling apart. Now there's a good way you can do enemy spam and damage boosting, see Sean Williams levels. This is not one of them. And for a word of note, this stage actually took 30 minutes to complete, which is quite crazy for any stage. So, did not like this stage, thumbs down for me. Hopefully a future version resolves many of these issues and makes a superior stage. A much more superior stage. I don't recommend other people to play this stage. Alright, I'll be right back after I take a short pause. And I'm back. See you later, Mondream. Even with all my complaints, I really hope that your future levels will be better and you can learn from your mistakes. So 8 up is Flame Stag Zone, let me repeat that. So 8 up is Flame Stag Stage, Volcanic Zone, Mega Man X2 by Crystal Snow with 48 plays and a score of 8. We'll see about that, Diego. Too bad we don't have an NSF for that. Flame Stag was a fun level in Mega Man X2. A bit punishing if you're trying to go for that extra pickup and you're not good at button mashing, which I wasn't when I first played, but it's fun. Probably an E-Tank. That'll actually be a neat feature for Mega Man X++, aka Mega Man X Maker, having heart tanks. Huh? Has it been improved now, Excalibur? I accidentally turned off the setting. Can you explain the issue in more detail, Excalibur? I think I know what the problem is. Better this time? Oh no, that's my AC, Excalibur. That's what sounds like static. And when I don't talk, there's nothing because I have a noise gate running, so whenever I'm not speaking, it gates it to 0. Sadly, I can't fix it because the room was going to almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit. It was getting roasting in here. To replicate the wall jumping, I guess. When I was thinking Flame Stag, I didn't think Sand Stag. Ooh, this should have been an E-Tank. You know, a better way to replicate that would be to use red force beams. That way you can keep the sense of urgency. Frankly, a better replacement of Sub-Tank would be an E-Tank, not an extra life. These all used to be lava pits, so them being sand pits makes it a bit easier. Then again, if I fall into there, I'm probably soft-locked. Oh no. There's a small window to jump in there. But it's very small. Probably should be fixed in future revisions because you can easily get trashed about. Right now, the stage itself is more difficult than the NEX Hunter. I'll try if I have enough time. First I have 2 other level designers to go through, then I'll look back Black Void. Also, of all the musical teams playing, why do we have an air team? It feels the opposite of the Rockman original team. This feels very relaxing sounding. This is not good enemy placement. Or gimmick placement. How are you supposed to go through this normally? In the original, those fire bars didn't even exist. you have to wait for those flying enemies to ignite the oil. I'm just a bit... well, from the previous stage I'm a bit... how should I say, annoyed, but otherwise I'm okay. A bit irked. Plus I can't really freeze those in place as I don't have a shield. Also, the low-lying ceiling is a bad choice. See, of all the things, why Shadow Man platforms? They combo very poorly with this setup. Yeah, this part is badly designed. I'm gonna try taking the lower route, but it probably won't help. Why, you may ask? Because it just leads back down over here. Playing and beating I Wanna Be the Guy back in high school really taught me how to get around these tougher levels. Well, they aren't stuck there, but it can be a bit hazardous. See, now there's all those enemies too to replicate the flies. The main thing I have to say about the stage is why. Frankly, this stage is already much harder than the original, and now the screen scrolling broke. There was another level that replicated or tried to replicate Flame Stag in the past that I played several hundred levels ago. That did a better job. This is not really reworking the level to work more with classic Mega Man. Go ahead, Pirate Kid. I try my hardest to find enjoyment in even the worst of stages. Okay, did it. I could have done it without an M-Tank, but you are forced to use damage boosting here. Seriously, these challenges with the fire bars are difficult enough. Why do we need the gyres in addition to this? These are poorly timed if you want to get by it. It's over. Much harder than the original stage. No, it wasn't reworked properly. And lack of wall jump. Even if I had a wall jump, this would still be a pain because they're so closely next to each other. Now if I had time slow, it'd also make it easier. Or something to disignite the fire bars. Frankly, the ending boss was pretty easy. I'm sorry, Crystal Snow, but I'll have to give this stage a thumbs down. Mainly because of that one section being pretty bad. Unless there's an alternative way to get through it. Ninth up is a level I already covered, so I'll have to remove it, Diego. Please submit a different stage. And I already covered Carnivore Man during the first stream, Megaman9-Wily, aka Caleb. In that case, let me cover another level that's in the submission queue. Detonation Man. "17 plays and a score of 3. After this is another level by Radwane, then Black Void, and then I'll probably end off the stream if it's long enough. Let's see how long Detonation Man is. Never mind, probably 40 screens. True, adding spikes would solve the problem. Let's hope that this solves the drought of good levels. Or at the very least, enjoyable levels. A level doesn't need to be good in order to be enjoyable. Jet adapter, that's gonna be handy. Wish I had a skull barrier. One moment, please. Two choices, let me go to the right instead for a change. And now I'm outside in the rain. I do like it when the stages have these alternate pathways. Whenever I'm jumping in the rain, I'm forced to go in the direction because this is very strong. Yeah, there's something down there. It's very clearly being telegraphed. Or not. Why was there sand down there anyways, then? I'm missing something. I mean, there was a bomb pointed upwards there, so I guess it's nothing. Oh, split pad, that's why. It really awfully looks like it should be something else. Mini-boss time. I think it's a mini-boss, at least. After all, he takes extra damage from the Buster. Mini-boss indeed. Many shades of red here, indeed. True. The challenges aren't too punishing. They're understandable. Now if I destroyed an enemy earlier, I wouldn't have to worry about this. Outside the first screen, this is very manageable. Awfully inconspicuous hole there. Probably another mini-boss. No, he doesn't take extra damage from the buster, so he is the boss. Even though it'd be hilarious if he was weak to that, it isn't. No weaknesses, it seems. Overall, I say this was better than Carnivore Man, which I played during the earlier stream. Okay to decent level, Caleb. A bit too much red here, but other than that, it's okay. Tenth up is Wily Defense Force Wily Fortress Infiltration by Radwane Fouad, with 25 plays and a score of 2. It's to replicate how Metal Man is weak to his own weapon in Mega Man 2. Seeing how long this is, this will probably be the final level I'll cover in this episode. Do you want Excalibur? Glad to see. Well, considering how late this stream is getting, I'll have to end it off after this one. I've already been streaming for 110 minutes, so... I love explosives. Explosives are one of my favorite classes in Mega Man. They tend to be very useful against really durable enemies. My next favorite weapon class will probably be shield-piercing weaponry. Followed by... my favorite types of weaponry would be mobility-enhancing ones, which can also be used offensively. Like the charge kick, topspin when it works, windstorm, etc, etc. Bomb gimmicks? Yeah, I like them. Just a quick question, Black Void. How long is your level in terms of screen count? If it's under 40 screens long, I'll cover it on the stream as the final level. As another question to my viewers, would you mind if I start covering more fan games from other fandoms, not just Mega Man? Well, before that, I'm thinking of starting up a similar series to what Gemini Laser did, covering lesser known Mega Man fan games in a sampler livestream. I'd like to do a series like he did, especially as that's on hold due to judging and other life commitments. Something like a sampler live stream for all sorts of fan games. Applying not only to fan games but also fan ROM hacks. Do I like anime? Anime is a different genre of animation, so I'm ambivalent to it. You have to ask me you have to ask me per anime series though, which ones I like or not. To me, anime is just a different type of genre or supergenre. If this stage doesn't take too long, I'll play your stage, Black Void. How many more mini-bosses? Yep, I do. Work in progress. Double E tanks, so that makes you a bit worried, but it's perhaps for nothing. And it is— oh. Okay, that's why. What is it with these stages and spamming bosses? I'm getting really unlucky with the choice of levels. Seriously, try dodging all these attacks at once. Really should have been more E-tanks for this. And perhaps some actual weaknesses. GG. Now there's no way for me to complete the level, and that's it. Yeah, I'm familiar with the original. Yeah, I think I'll end off this stage right now. I think this is the end of the level, but I will double check by downloading it. Seriously, we already had a few levels that overused bosses in the same screen. At least this one's marked as being a work in progress, but nevertheless, that should be resolved. Put at least two bosses at most there, unless they don't have so many projectiles that they overwhelm each other. Or give more E-tanks, there should be at least 4 of them. Maybe 3 if you want to push it. It is possible to dodge, but it is hard. I prefer more to be on the more wholesome side, Pirate Kid. Your stage is about 40 screens long, Black Void, so I will cover it as the last level. So this was in fact the end of the level, so next up to you, Black Void. To be fair, the overall stage Radwane had felt kind of a mixture of challenges and mini-stages filled with mini-bosses. It really felt like it had to focus on a smaller set of sections and really establish and flesh out the gimmicks there. The ending was just the worst part of the level for me. So the 11th and final level of the stream is Mega Retro Arcade Classics Donkey Kong by xXBLACKxVOID with 19 plays and a score of 2. Kyle and Malcolm's levels will be saved for the next stream. Oh, you haven't experienced true hard, very hard levels. Remember what I said earlier? How I want to beat a guy in high school? That changed my opinions on what I consider to be very hard. That's why for many games I only consider them to be hard or somewhat close to very hard at most. After playing I Want to Beat a Guy, that really changed your opinions on what's extremely hard. 25C. Unlike the original though, we can actually slay Donkey Kong. While in high school, it wasn't easy. Very far from it. All the weapons? Seems to be a bug with certain boss updates because the Silver Tomahawk is a default weapon for boss weaknesses. It's a known glitch in Mega Man Maker where sometimes when uploading a level, you can acquire multiple special weapons, many duplicates of the Silver Tomahawk. In that case, I'll refuse to use the Silver Tomahawk to make it a bit more difficult. I think this is supposed to be more of a pacifist level then. Yeah, it's a random bug, not sure what causes it. I'll use this more as a hammer power-up then. Oh no. This sort of jump. Tackle fires, please save me. Can't jump down there because that's still too low. Tackle fires didn't save me. And that was just poor jumping on my part. I'll use it as more portable hammer because Mega Man. And I'll try reserving it for... I'll assume that the bar refills every 100 Cs. Trying, but making this jump is... See the problem? I'm gonna get hit by the spike there. See the problem trying to make the jump? If that one spike didn't exist there, I could have done it easily. It may be easy, but it's kind of... That one spike there is the issue. That's why I want this damage abuse. This time I'll just ignore the tackle fires and go for it. And do it that way. I didn't think I would be able to make the jump that way. Yeah, I thought it was impossible at first, so I just ignored it. This is different. We actually have Sparkman platforms instead of gyro platforms. The distance, I thought it was 5 blocks away. 175C. And again, I don't trust myself with these kinds of jumps without slide jumping, extending my jump window. 200C. Black Void, how many Cs does this go up to? Okay, goes up to here. Can I knock him into a pit or something? Nope, I have to face him the normal way. The hammers work the same as the buster, so off to the buster. And Stone Man has been defeated. This stage was 40 screens long, but really it was just 3 loops through Donkey Kong, the original arcade game. Though it made it a lot easier outside of one jump, which I thought was harder than it actually was. So out of the 11 levels I covered during the stream, my favorite one would probably be Agent of Shields by Kyle Stubbs. Well, not Kyle Stubbs, another level designer, now that I think about it. The next best one would probably be the Searchman stage by Radwane. And probably get ready for the Next Battle V19, that'd be my honorable mention. The rest of the stages were okay at best, to worse. I ended up having several stages that were super difficult next to each other, but glad to see it's over. Alright, an announcement. Tomorrow I'll be finishing Rockman 3 Burst Chaser. Don't worry, I practiced off screen quite a bit, so now I understand the flow of the game. And I understand the weakness order now, so I shouldn't die as much, hopefully. I will be packing my save states just to be sure though. Well then, I thank you all for attending either this stream, the earlier stream, or both of my streams. Thanks to your continued support, I will continue to do these live streams in the near future. Well then, thanks for watching, and see you all tomorrow or next week. Toodles!